Welcome to Beverly Neighborhood News. I'm Matt Faletra. Registered nurses at Beverly and Addison Gilbert hospitals, represented by the Massachusetts Nurses Association, have overwhelmingly ratified a new 3-year contract aimed at improving nurse recruitment and retention. The agreement, effective April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2027, includes wage increases of 24 to 30% based on experience. It features across-the-board raises totaling 18.5% over 3 years, 7% in 2025, 6% in 2026, 5% in 2027. In addition to a 4% annual step increases and new boosts to both entry-level and top-scale pay. Nurses say the deal addresses staffing challenges and wage gaps that have led to high turnover. A tentative agreement was reached March 25th, one day after a large informational picket outside Beverly Hospital. The hospitals are part of Beth Israel Lahey Health System. You know, this one hits me personally. I had a very recent intense experience that put me in the care of Beverly Hospital ICU for about a week. Without getting into too many specifics, it was a very scary ordeal. And if it wasn't for the nurses, I'm not sure I would have come out of it as well as I did. Their care and compassion was nothing short of miraculous. I can say I was not the easiest patient, and they were certainly up to the task. That's why I am personally ecstatic that an agreement was reached on the pay raises. Recruitment and retention only make hospitals run better. No offense to the docs, but the nurses are the ones on the front line of care. I want to say to all the caregivers, thank you. Thank you for the tremendous care I was given, and thank you for the care you give others. Now let's move on before I lose it. In other local news, Beverly Police, working with the Essex County District Attorney Paul F. Tucker's office, have recovered $21,000 lost by senior residents to Bitcoin scams, one of the first successful fund recoveries of its kind in Essex County. 3 elderly residents, ages 80, 83, and 90, were tricked late last year into depositing thousands into Bitcoin ATMs. Quick reporting allowed police to obtain warrants and seize the machines before the funds were withdrawn, a critical step as these machines are emptied daily. On January 21st, the court awarded $21,020 to the Beverly Police Criminal Investigation Division. One victim has already received a reimbursement check, 2 more on the way. This case was led by Detectives Captain Michael Devlin and Sean Desmond, along with DA's office staff and Mark Sanders of Nespin. Police have also seized an additional $150,000 from similar scams pending court return. Beverly Police urge residents to be aware of scams demanding urgent Bitcoin or gift card payments and to report suspicious activity immediately by calling 978-922-1212. On a lighter note, Ed Sheeran surprised fans in Ipswich, Mass. With a pop-up performance at the Old Phone, a temporary pub built for his new music video. The event, held March 28th, featured an intimate set including hits like The A-Team and Overpass Graffiti. Entry was limited to guests who shared meaningful messages or videos from old phones, which were projected inside the pub. Sheeran, who has ties to the original Ipswich in England, said he has such love for the town. BevCam's Tim Hezzy was on site and captured this footage of the performance, which Ed played for an intimate crowd. You know, speaking of BevCam, John McMahan sat down with BevCam Executive Director Rob Chapman to give Beverly residents a look inside our studios and how you can get involved.
Hey, this is John McMahan coming to you from BevCam downtown location on Cabot. With me, we have a special treat today. My boss and Director of Operations, is that what your title is at BevCam?
Executive Director.
Executive Director of BevCam. And also, cheers, friend of mine. This will be interesting. So we wanted to. This is B&N is produced here at BevCam. So we thought it'd be a nice treat to come have an inside look and and tell everybody what this place is and how you can be a part of it if you're interested. So, Mr. Rob Chapman.
Yes.
Executive Director of BevCam. What is this place?
That is a good question.
I know it's a very generic, broad.
Typically, I would use we are a community media center, nonprofit organization, 501c3. So we are a charitable organization, and we run the community media center for Beverly, which is basically we do things we cover like municipal meetings. That's sort of our bread and butter is you can watch the city council meetings, you can watch the school council meetings. BevCam has dedicated a lot of resources to producing local sports. So if you're somebody who's ever watched a game, a high school game, a football game, or a basketball game, it's on BevCam. We also do a lot of public access, which is where we allow people to come in and utilize the facilities to produce content. Maybe they want to shoot something here on the podcasting studio or something out at the high school studio, or maybe they want to take some equipment out and shoot out in the field and then come back and use our edit suites to edit it. So in light of that, we also try to provide training for people. We don't expect people to be producers and directors. We say, we come in, if you're interested in making content, if you got something that you want to say to your neighbors or something like that, and you want to use telecommunications. In a nutshell, that's BevCam.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as training goes, just to go off that, yeah, I guess I would also add if anybody wants to just broaden their skills of making audiovisual content.
Yeah, we've been working on a workshop series that we're doing on Wednesday nights. So we bring in local talent, people who may have expertise in photography or videography or content creation or editing. And then we do some sort of standard ones that we do that is like the orientation, if you kind of talk about what BevCam does. We're looking at some podcasting intros, anything that people might be interested in. We're trying to find things and bringing people in who can talk about that for an hour or two, as well as the one-on-one work we do. If you're just here and you want to walk in and you just have a question about, I have an idea, how do I make this happen? Just come on by and we'll talk to you about it.
And that's one of my favorite things that I tell people. If you have an idea and just don't know what to do, we come on in and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we were just doing a whole narrative audio play on Saturday.
Yes, we were.
Which is an interesting thing we'd never really done. So it was, typically with these podcasts, these are just talking, so we have a conversation. But a local member decided that he'd written a story and decided, can I use the podcasting studio to record it? And so you were here for 8 hours almost on Saturday, helping tech a narrative radio play.
A radio play, I guess today's version of a radio play. Yeah, and it was awesome. It was very much fun.
Yeah, so we look forward to seeing the product of that. So he just had an idea, and we said, that sounds interesting. We'd love to help out. So
cool. And you mentioned a second ago, too, the editing suites we have here. Editing bay, editing suite? Is it?
Suite is what we use.
What kind of software? Or what would you use that for?
We do subscribe to the Adobe suites, so Premiere is sort of our generic one, but that doesn't mean that if you're comfortable in Final Cut or even in DaVinci Resolve, we've loaded those on there. We have different people who have more expertise. If you want to do Final Cut, you talk to our education manager, Amanda, who has a little bit more experience in Final Cut than I do. If you're talking to me, I'm usually in Premiere, but we try to keep it open to the sort of industry standards, and that's so people can build skills that they actually might utilize.
Yeah, I'm more of an Adobe person myself.
Yeah, I'm surprised that more people aren't into the DaVinci Resolve. It's actually a free software that's many professional editors have taken to.
Have you gotten on DaVinci yet?
I've gotten into it. I don't think I've actually edited anything on it. I think I've done.
I tried one time, and I had kind of a deadline, so I stopped. But it was a lot different than Premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all, we do a membership base, so people can just sign up for a membership. It's $49 a year for individuals. And for that, you get access to all these resources. You know, you can utilize the podcast studio or the edit suite or something like that. And then we ask that, you know, your final product is distributed on BevCam distribution platforms. We have cable channels. So, you know, we actually get our money from cable revenue. So we get a percentage of Comcast's, as much money as they make in Beverly. And then on top of that, you know, we have the membership, and that's how we get financed.
Okay. And you were answering all my questions before I
sorry.
asked. That's okay.
I do that in my own orientation. I get to slide I have a PowerPoint slide, and then I get to the slide. It's like, oh, I've already answered that one. I do the same thing to myself.
Going back more to what all you can do here, I mean, we have an array of cameras and audio equipment.
Yep.
Tripods.
Yep.
Even a little bit of sound system stuff, maybe. I won't really go down there, but and yeah, you're seeing the space here. We have this kind of podcast setup space, and then our other location at the Beverly High School. How would you describe that? Kind of a black box?
Well, it's a bigger, more traditional studio. So it's a little bit more contained. You're not right off the street. You're not going to hear the fire engines go by or the church. There's more of a lighting rig, a bigger facilities, a bigger switcher, more equipment there. It's kind of, I think of it as generally a place for, and the North Shore has quite a vibrant music scene. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think of it as a place that people who may have a small or even a full band who want to come out and record something, you know, that studio is there. We do talk shows as well out there. Some of the more older talk shows that have been around for a long time still go there. So, and then the sort of brains of the system, which is the server, which pushes it all out, which our content manager, Michelle, takes care of. That big server is housed there. And of course, most of the local sports is done through there as well, since we're right there at the high school. So that's probably the three biggest things that happen out there.
Let's talk about how would one sign up to become a member?
Yeah, so it's just
the process pretty simple.
We like to think it is. If it's not, let us know, and we'll try to fix that. But it's just the website. If you go to our website, it's just bevcam.org. There is an opportunity to become a member. As I said, it's $49 a year for individuals. If you're over 65, it's $24 a year. And businesses, organizations can do it for $149 a year. So that means it allows you to have a number of people who can come and utilize the facilities if you're a small nonprofit or something like that. So we think it's affordable, and we think you get a lot of benefit and bang for your buck. So
awesome. And I would also like to add that my involvement with BevCam, one of my favorite things, if not my favorite, is the coming together of the community and meeting people. I've met so many people that have become friends or just resources. We help each other out, teach each other stuff about, you know, audio video production or public services in the community, volunteer groups, and just a great way to connect and make friends and have fun.
You know, I talk often about, and you know, 100 years ago, people were much more communicative because they didn't have their sort of electronic devices. You would actually, you know, go outside and sit on your porch and talk to your neighbors, something like that. We've moved into a world where that's not the case as much. So the electronic media, we think, helps alleviate that problem. So you can talk to people and be a part of your community, whether it's in digital form or not. You know, but also people come down here to visit our new facilities here on Cabot Street, so people will come by and you get to meet some cool people. Yeah, it's one of the benefits of my job. Is, you know, even that, you know, I'm a recent transplant from Vermont, but you know, it's part of my job is to be in the community and know people. So
yeah. And how did you find BevCam and become a part of this?
So
I know you have a lot of experience from this kind of
yeah, I've been
field.
doing this since 1992.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like on my fourth decade or something like that. But you know, my kids were grown up and going off to colleges, so you know, we had, you know, wanted them to be raised in Vermont. This is where I was raised. So but I had developed a lot of connection with the community, and Massachusetts has a very vibrant community media, community. I said community again. I can't keep saying community. Very vibrant community media.
Community's good.
Community media community. So I knew a lot of people. I've often looked at the area. It's funny. I looked at the North Shore, never really visited it, but now that I live here, I think it's just fantastic, and I think I enjoy Cape Ann. I think it's the real Cape. It's not Cape Cod. Who wants to go there and spend 4 hours trying to get to P-Town or something like that? When you can go to Gloucester in 20 minutes from here, and really do check out some great areas.
Yeah, well, that's why I moved here. I love it here. I love being able to just walk down to the ocean or drive up the coast a little bit. Or
it really is nice. Particularly from me, who was raised in the mountains of Vermont, to be down here on the water is just really kind of interesting. Had enough of mountains.
So if you ever have any sort of audio video needs and don't know how to create something and want some help or even just some ideas, come into BevCam, talk to us. We'll figure something out, give you some ideas. Rob, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Doing this with you.
I've been looking at you through this mic thing here.
I know. I've been hiding behind it. But thank you very much for coming on our show.
Sure.
Thanks, John. That was great stuff. The Beverly School Committee has selected Peter Cushing, currently the Assistant Superintendent of Medford Public Schools, as the next Superintendent of Beverly Public Schools. The decision followed interviews with 2 finalists and a thorough search process initiated after news that current Superintendent Sue Cherchak will retire effective June 30th, 2025, and a historic teacher strike this past fall. School Committee Chair Rachel Abel emphasized that Cushing demonstrated a strong commitment to student achievement and fostering inclusive learning environments. While Beverly Mayor Mike Cahill initially advocated appointing an interim superintendent, he acknowledged the importance of selecting a leader with the necessary skills to move the district forward effectively. The committee's decision reflects a commitment to long-term leadership and stability within the district. After 23 years, a local Beverly restaurant situated at the Cummings Center, Acapulco's, is closing. Our on-the-street correspondent, John McMahan, had the good fortune of visiting Acapulco's last Friday to talk to the owner and some of the patrons.
So how long have you been coming to Acapulco's?
Oh man, 20 years? Oh God, over a decade.
And we've been coming here for years.
Ever since we moved from Texas.
Oh, I'm from Texas. I'm from
really?
Austin, yeah.
Austin, Texas as well.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wait a second, where'd you go to high school? No. You and your friends, family, happy hour?
Friends, family, office mates. This is the place to be.
I have friends who've been coming here for 23 years. Hey, what's up, Nancy? See, it's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Like a couple times a month.
Like once a
every
month?
week.
Every week?
Yeah.
As dance ones, I think we've been here like 2-3 times a week sometimes.
About 2 years. And this was the first restaurant we went to here.
I've been going here since I was about around a couple weeks old. And I've also been here since I was like a week old. And it's very sad that it's closing.
What's your favorite part about this place?
How kind they are, how comfy they are with the families.
Probably just how it's so close. I like how it's really close.
The people.
Definitely the music.
What's your favorite part about it?
Hang out with my family. I like the food. I like Acapulco's because I like the food. The food. That my dad used to work here, and my stepmom works here, and my uncle works here, and it's very fun. And my favorite food is rice and beans.
Since I was like 18 months old. I have a picture of me eating guacamole when I was 18 months old.
What? Come over here. Show that picture to the camera. So you've been coming here since you were 18 months old. What's your favorite part about Acapulco's?
The guacamole.
Oh.
The guacamole.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're right.
And what are you gonna miss most about it?
The guacamole.
There you go. Cool. What's your favorite thing to order on the menu?
I like fajitas.
The mole enchiladas, probably, and the margaritas.
I like the mole enchiladas.
Quesadilla. Choose quesadilla. Quesadilla. And the drinks. I love the Shoei Temple.
Honestly, just it's like real Mexican food, and it's kind of hard to find here.
If you had anything to say to the people at Acapulco's before they say goodbye, what would you say?
Just say thank you. You've been a staple of the community. I'm gonna miss these guys. Yeah, just thank you.
This place has been great. A lot of memories, a lot of just fun times.
She was crying so hard that this was last night was her last meal at Acapulco's, and she was just like devastated. She's like, I'm never gonna be on. I don't know what I'm gonna do
No, it's
because I have
sad.
so many good memories.
We have
here.
tons of memories.
I
It's
know.
Oh,
ridiculous.
you're making me tear up a little.
Thank you for all the memories and all the kindness and all the understanding.
So many memories and good times. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Thank you for giving us the place to hang out while we wait for our kids to get out of dance.
Yes.
We're really gonna miss it. Everybody here was just amazing. Like all of the servers, really amazing. The food, amazing, and we're really gonna miss it.
I'm so sad that Acapulco's is closing. It's been a great time here.
That I'd really miss all the kind staff and how it's like really close to where we live.
Home away from home.
It's been critical.
It's been critical.
So critical.
For many years.
Yes.
Love this place, man. We're so sad to see it go. It's the best place ever, man.
I am lucky enough to be here with the owner and manager, Francisco. And Acapulco's is closing officially on Monday.
Well, last day will be Sunday the 20th, so yeah, we're closed on Sunday night. That will be our last day.
How long has Acapulco's been here?
We've been here for 23 years. We were open on May 14 of 2002.
Wow, okay. So a long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm very honored of this community embraced us, and we've been part of the community since then, and it's been a great honor. It's been a great honor. Everybody is very lovely here.
Well, everybody's been lovely to us so far today. This is one of the funnest BevCam shoots I've ever been on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I ask why it's closing?
Yes, well, our lease is up on April 30th, and our rent is very high for us, so it's not sustainable for us. We wanted to downsize, but I think somebody else is bidding to take the whole space, so we have to look for a new location now.
And do you have a new location? Is it going to be around Beverly somewhere?
We would love to. We haven't found a place yet, but we would love to stay in the Beverly community. All our customers know that we're here. It will be easier to do that.
That would be great if you found a new location. I'm sure everybody. We interviewed so many people walking by just like this, and everybody had great things to say about the people here and the food.
Thank you.
Do you know what what is moving in here?
I don't know yet. Not at this point. So I don't know who's coming, but I think they're taking the whole place.
Well, what has been your favorite part about Acapulco's?
It's been a great honor. I was 22 years old when I opened this restaurant, and I've been growing with the restaurant as well. Met so many wonderful people here, made friends, met my wife here, and I have a son. So
You met your wife, like she came into the restaurant,
Yes.
and you met her?
Yes, she used to work here in another building. She's a scientist, so she used to work here, and we met here, and it's been a great honor to be here. So it's a beautiful place for us.
If you have anything to say to the people of Beverly and or to the people of Acapulco's, the people that you've worked with over the years, what would you say?
Well, thank you very much. It's been a great honor to be part of this community these many years. We hope to come back in a different location. We have roots here. We feel part of the community, and we want to stay here. So this won't be the last you hear from us. So.
Awesome. Well, we're going to miss it being here, but it sounds like hopefully we'll see you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, there you have it. Well, this is John McMahan with Beverly Neighborhood News saying goodbye to Acapulco's. And back to you, Matt. Whatever.
Thanks for tuning in to Beverly Neighborhood News.
Good night, Beverly.
Good night, Beverly.